Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I wanted to do another Discord Q&A. So if you want to take part in these Q&As, definitely go follow me on Discord. Fear the Walking Dead actually does premiere on AMC Plus tomorrow. So if you have AMC Plus, you can watch the episode tomorrow. I've already watched it. I think it's actually out early, which maybe was a mistake on their part, but I believe it's already out. I mean, I watched it on there. I saw that it was on there, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. And it's a really good episode. It's a really good episode. I think it's a really solid premiere. So yeah, I'll post my review on it tomorrow. It's definitely shocking in terms of what they do with certain characters. Some stuff I just was not expecting, and I really liked the changes. It really wasn't that predictable, and I just really liked what they did. Man, I wish I could talk about it a little bit more, but I'll just wait until tomorrow. So yeah, make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all my Walking Dead universe content like this. And also, definitely go follow me on Twitch. My channel name is Appetite for the Dead. But let's get into the first question here of the Q&A. Do you think we need a mini spin-off in space, just like in Dead in the Water, but him seeing the lights go off on Earth from the space station? Because although it was short, Dead in the Water was pretty well received by Fear fans. I mean, honestly, if they were to do something like that was set in space, I would be so excited about that. Dead in the Water, I did like. I did actually like that mini story, and it did feature a character from Fear the Walking Dead, right? So I think that's why it worked. It wasn't just like this random character. It actually featured a very well-known character. So I think if they were to do something like that, I mean, I guess with this story, it would have to be a little bit different, but the element of going to space and stuff like that, I think could be really exciting. I mean, yeah, I'd be so, like, I would love that, honestly. Like, that whole cosmonaut scene, I don't remember what season that was, like, Fear Season 3? I still remember it, actually. I think Victor Strand was talking to him, and it was just, like, it was a really cool scene, but, like, nothing was really made of it. It was just this cosmonaut that was in just stuck in space, basically, which is, if you want to do a Walking Dead in space type thing, yeah, definitely do that. Like, you could literally title it Dead in Space. Well, that's a little close to Dead Space, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could call it something like that. Q&A, what are your ComicCon predictions? Ooh, you can tell we're getting close to ComicCon once I start getting questions about ComicCon. Well, I guess if I could run through all the shows. So, for Fear the Walking Dead, I expect us to get a little bit of a teaser for the last 6 episodes. We'll get a premiere date for those last 6. I do think for Daryl Dixon, we'll get a trailer, an actual trailer. I think we'll get a release date for that as well. For Dead City, they'll probably announce, or I guess, yeah, they'll probably announce a renewal for season 2. Rick and Michonne will probably get a teaser for that. And then maybe some more announcements, like some casting announcements and stuff like that. Maybe more spin-off announcements. I don't know about the spin-off part. Like, we might have to wait a little bit longer for that, but in terms of casting announcements, I can totally see that, because obviously we know who's playing Major General Beale, but it hasn't been officially announced yet. So I could see us getting that, and maybe some more other announcements just, you know, regarding, I guess, that show. And like, even for the Daryl Dixon show, they might announce more stuff there, just more casting information and stuff. I'm actually really excited for the Daryl Dixon show, because for the Rick and Michonne show, we know what the story is going to be. We know what the story is going to be for Dead City. But for Daryl Dixon, we really don't know. They're set in France. We know certain elements of the story, but we don't know, like, why he's there, and just, like, what's going to happen. Like, the new people that he meets there, and, like, why he's probably going to stay there for a season 2. I'm guessing Carol's likely going to show up as well in season 2. So, like, there's a lot of mystery there. There's a lot of stuff that I'm really interested in with that show. So yeah, that's overall my official Comic-Con predictions, I guess. Q&A, if we don't get a season 2 for the Rick and Michonne spinoff show, do you think they could / would just go into the Daryl show or Dead City? You know, like, there's a part of me that thinks that the Rick and Michonne show is a limited series because one of the characters die. And so maybe this show just focuses on just Rick and Michonne, right? And their relationship and all of that. I don't know. Like, I have a hard time believing that. Like, it's entirely possible that maybe this show is literally just, you know, about Rick and Michonne. That's it. And then any use of those characters going forward, those characters will just be in other shows. The only thing that I just, you know, it feels a little off when I say that is Rick Grimes and Michonne are just really big characters, and I don't see them being on the Daryl show or Dead City, right? Like, could you imagine Rick being essentially, he would be a lead character, I guess, but he would be a lead character on a show that's not under his own name. You know, like that just seems a little off to me, so I don't think that would happen. Q&A, for the Fear the Walking Dead finale, realistically, if any characters come back, who do you think we see again? Troy, Elias, etc.? I don't really see any other characters showing up again. Like, I really don't. Like, maybe Tobias. Like, honestly, he was one character people have been wanting to see for a very long time. I've been wanting to see him since season 1. He was a really cool character in that season, and then he just kind of disappeared after that. I think it was the first episode or whatever. He just disappeared. And I think it would be cool if, in the end, if, say, they go to the Commonwealth or something, they go there and they see Tobias there. Like, it would be such a cool little moment. Imagine Madison arrives there and then they just sort of reconnect there during that scene. I think that would be really awesome. Q&A, if the main characters from Fear don't make it to the spin-offs, then do you think they'll be killed off or just have their stories or end there with a happily ever after ending? Would they kill off Madison straight after bringing her back? Well, first of all, Madison, I don't believe they would. Yeah, like if they don't want to bring those Fear the Walking Dead characters back, at least the main characters, I mean, I do think there's going to be some characters that are going to be killed off. Like, I think there's going to be a difference here with Fear than with The Walking Dead. Not much of a difference. I still feel like I still believe what I was saying before, that this season's probably going to feel a lot like season 11 of The Walking Dead, where, you know, there's noticeably certain characters are just getting this plot armor and they're not dying because they're going to be in spinoffs. I still think that is the case for certain characters, but I think they're able to kill more important characters than The Walking Dead was able to. So I still think we're going to see a little bit more of that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if they don't make it to the spinoffs at all, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer because I just really see them being on the spinoffs or getting spinoffs of their own. Q&A, how do you think the ending of Fear the Walking Dead will tie into the Dale spinoff show? I'm guessing you mean the Daryl spinoff show. I don't think it's going to tie into it at all. I really don't, unless there's something there. Like, again, the post-credit scene could have something really interesting there. Like World Beyond, the post-credit scene was related to the CRM technically, but it was also so kind of unrelated, and it teased the Daryl Dixon show. So I could see Fear the Walking Dead doing the same thing. I could see it. Q&A, are you planning on reviewing The Last of Us? If so, do you think that Pedro Pascal is carrying this show on his back because he's got a big name from his past work on Game of Thrones, Narcos, Mandalorian, etc.? Or do you think they got the writing on point for the show? I think they got the writing on point with the show. I will say I've been sort of rewatching it, and I am planning on reviewing it. My episode 1 review is coming out this Sunday. Or wait, this Sunday's the 14th? Yeah. So I have episode 1 coming out on the 14th. And then 2 and 3 the following days. So I'll have those first 3, and then I'll see how my schedule works for like the week after. But yeah, the writing I think is on point. There's definitely some aspects to it where I don't want to say it feels rushed, because it doesn't feel rushed, but it's not as fulfilling, I would say, of a story when I compare it to The Walking Dead. And I know people complain about The Walking Dead's slow pace a lot. But the thing is, that really builds up some good character stuff. It really does, because you just get to sit there with the character, and maybe nothing happens for a whole episode, but you're spending time with the character. You're growing this attachment to them, right? And I think that's, you know, after a few episodes, after half a season of doing that, advancing the story here and there, going through some emotional stuff, to kill one of those characters off, it's stunning. It's shocking, right? And I think that's what The Walking Dead has just always done, or has successfully done in the past anyways. And they've done it recently too, I would say, but obviously in the past it was a lot more successful. With The Last of Us, there's some moments there. There's definitely some really good episodes there, but yeah, I'll talk about that when I actually get to my review of that show. Q&A might be too late, but out of any character from any of the shows, who would you like to see have their own spinoff? Could be dead or alive. Honestly, I think Merle would probably have the best spinoff, or the most entertaining one. I mean, it does kind of suck, because if Merle was still alive, he would probably join the Daryl spinoff, right? So yeah, I think I'll choose Merle for that. Q&A, what if Bob Adams had survived The Walking Dead? Well, I didn't know who this character was, and I think it's sort of a meme on the Discord, but apparently Bob Adams is a character that's mentioned by the governor during the Woodbury arc, and he sort of mentions it like a bunch of these characters have died from Rick's group or whatever. So, I mean, if Bob Adams survived, he likely would have joined the prison, I guess, right? Because that's sort of where the story went. And then he probably would have died at the prison because everyone just sort of, you know, they left and they were all lost. So that's what I'm assuming would have happened. I don't know. Q&A, it might be a bit lengthy, but would love to hear your input on this. Do you feel like the Walking Dead universe has gotten too big? I feel like so many fans have a hard time keeping up with everything going on. Many fans who may have left returned due to the idea of Rick's eventual return, but with the main show, Fear, and World Beyond all having CRM/Rick teases, I know many fans who have a hard time keeping up with everything. Now, on top of it, you have like season 8 of Fear leading into more spinoffs and 3 new Walking Dead shows, which will probably lead into even more Walking Dead content. As a diehard fan, I'll take all the Walking Dead content I can get. Just feels like it's hard and deteriorating to the casual viewer. Thanks, love the content. Well, first of all, thank you for that. And, you know, I think that is definitely a very valid point. I think that's why Gimple needs to come out and sort of lay out this plan. You know, I think I was talking about this like a few weeks ago to like a month ago or something. I was saying that like, I think what Gimple needs to do is come out and be like, so this is what we're planning to do with all the spinoffs. Like we're you know, sort of how Marvel does it. I actually have a video idea that I sort of typed out, you know, talking about this. Like I want Gimple to basically have this like slate of the TV shows and all the projects coming out and just sort of the release dates and stuff so people can watch that and see how it connects. And, you know, they have to do a good job at crafting the story. But at that point as well, you know, there's people like me, there's other YouTubers as well who are going to do videos on everything, crafting the story together and being like, so this is how everything connects. And that's sort of how you build a universe, right? Like you have the hardcore fans talking about it quite a bit. And then once you get into this kind of stuff, it's very interesting and it's a lot of fun. I just think we're in a state right now where everything is just sort of everywhere. Like they have all these shows coming out, but no one knows if they're all going to reunite one day in like an Avengers style event or like, you know what I mean? Like what's happening with that? So I would like some confirmation on just some of that. Just like, how does this stuff relate? Yeah, I think it would be important to do that. I think just for, again, for casual viewers as well. Q&A, would you ever go to any Walking Dead show casting call? Oh, yeah, I definitely would do that. I mean, I could probably just do it online, I'm assuming, but like if they ever wanted me to be a walker or anything on any of the shows, I would totally go. Like I would instantly go. And then Bob Adams at the bottom here asks, you should definitely apply to cast a walker, or I guess you mean just to be a walker or something in future seasons of the spinoffs. I would so do it if it was possible. I would definitely be down to do it. Like I think it would be a dream come true, to be honest, to actually be able to be a walker on that show in any way. So yeah, but I'm gonna leave it here. Definitely post your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.